The kids that we work with tend to come from the same 5 zip codes in New York City. They're neighborhoods that are under-resourced, over-policed. I had a new board member come to a class and she said to me afterwards, she was like, you know, when I heard about Drama Club, I thought, well, that's so cute. That's such a nice thing to do for kids who are incarcerated, you know? And then she was like, what do they do all day? And I'm like, you're looking at it, you know? And it blew her mind. And she goes, and after seeing your class, she's like, oh my God, these kids need this. This is like life-saving, you know, because we're human. We have to connect to each other. We have to express how we're feeling. We have to feel important.
I was actually incarcerated in 2015, so where I got introduced to the program, Drama Club. I was an adolescent, so we got offered these programs, and I joined it for the snacks in the beginning, not gonna lie. And then after I started seeing they kept coming consistently, and I was like, okay, this program is not gonna leave. Any other program comes for a little bit, then they don't come, or they go to a different unit. I kept participating, I kept getting certificates, and I found a sense of belonging. I ended up going upstate, I came back out, and then I found their number and I called Josie. And I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm out. And she was like, oh my God, hey, come and see me, we're at the door. And I was like, okay, she gave me the address and everything. I went for my first class. And then from there, I felt like I already knew all the games, I knew how to act, I knew everything already. I felt good with all the people that I already seen in the inside. I became an apprentice, and then from there, I moved up to being a teaching artist. And then now I go into confinement. So it's I'm giving back for the other kids that are in the same predicament that I was. I'm doing something with my life, so I could show them that I did a whole 360. It's called the vuelta in Spanish. The zip, you say bang, but you have to go like this, so you say bang. So now we can...
The mission of Drama Club is to consistently care for youth who are incarcerated or court involved by creating space for them to thrive, using improv as their guide.
We know from a lot of the work we've done, and our colleagues have done, that a sense of belonging or connectedness is protective. And so when we started to look at opportunities, we thought about which platforms might work in that way, because if a kid or a young adult doesn't feel connected, they can often adopt a violent ideology or become part of a situation that's not healthy for them.
They are children. They can be as young as 12 years old. We rarely see that young, but we do see 13, 14, 15-year-olds. I say to people, these are children, and they're like, uh-huh. And when I bring people in, they're like, oh my God. You see a young kid and you know they're gonna be there for a while. You're like, they're growing up in this room with these other kids. They're raising each other.
You walk into these spaces where it's almost kind of part of the circumstances that their humanity doesn't matter. And so when you walk in and you offer them an opportunity, whether it be an hour, whether it be a conversation, whether it be a class, to kind of express that humanity, that joy, the rage, whatever it is that they're feeling, you see the person. All right, let me get the glue. I'll put a little bit right there. Hold the glue, give me a second. This hat keeps...
It did not come out yet?
No, you know what happened just now is wait, hold up. My hand stuck to the hat because of the glue.
I look at so many of our young people and I think to myself, man, I wonder if they'd had access to a drama club program, or if they'd had access to the community that we have, if their life could have looked a little bit more like mine.
A lot of times I found working with people in incarceration, it just took one bad afternoon, one bad moment, one adult to fail you at the wrong moment, or one dumb child mistake turns into catastrophic consequences. So for me, the passion comes from, I could have very easily been one of them, my friends, my brother, my nephew, my nieces, one childish mistake that just goes too far. I just still see the humanity in them despite what they're going through. I don't feel like that can be ignored if we want our society to be better.
Community is so important with rates of recidivism. If people who get out have a place where they feel like they belong and a place where they feel like they can exercise skills and talent, the likelihood of them returning is significantly lower.
We're interested in coloring outside of the lines and really pushing our colleagues to think more broadly about how we prevent violence in our communities.
We're hoping to multiply our programming across the sites that we are already in, but also we're hoping to expand across the state. And then ultimately, we're really hoping to expand even across the nation.
We've seen many of our young people, through engagement in the arts, develop self-regulation skills, self-esteem, and resilience. And when they build those skills, they tend to have a more calm day. They improve their ability to get along with each other, to manage frustrations. We've seen reductions in conflict for our young people who are with us in detention.
Exercise we did today, you have to have patience. You have to wait, whether it's wait for that person to react or wait for that person to act out something specific. You just have to wait. And you know, sometimes I'm quick to lose my patience, but now I can reel myself back in a whole lot quicker than on my own. Thank you. I made it. Like, you know, like out of everything that I've done in my life or in the past and stuff like that, like I changed my life around, and now like my story is only gonna get better.